Hello, Conquerors! I'm your host and humble guide maker, the Purple Bull Moose. Welcome back to the channel where we cover all things Old World. I'll be doing my best to give you all the tools necessary to take on the best 4X strategy game of the last decade at its highest difficulty. Please help us support the channel so we can spread the good word about this criminally underrated game. You have all boosted me over 1,000 subscribers, but we are not stopping here. If you can keep supporting the channel, I will do my best to recruit as many new players to the game to ensure Old World's continued success, so we can all selfishly pressure Mohawk and Hooded Horse to keep up their caretaking of the game and one day produce a sequel. But without further delay, let's get into it. Okay, stepping back on into it. We're at the end of a year. We just had a massive offensive against the Persians. And we will see if they're able to actually kick anything back. Right now, we are still dealing with a couple of scary aspects. The North Fort area is still under light threat from both the Greeks and the Assyrians. The Greeks can start a war whenever they want. Luckily, they're only similar to us in strength, so perhaps they don't necessarily want to. And we still have a couple of additional turns on our truce deal with the Assyrians. In the west, we are in the exact same issue against the Egyptians. If the Egyptians want to kick off a war, they certainly can. And as long as we're still at war with Persia, we are still weak. Luckily, we were able to blast through the Persian backline, eliminated all of their mangonel pressure, carved through a whole bunch of their units, and now it's time to absolutely decimate the city center here. Oh wow, that's super interesting. I didn't realize that if you actually if you recruit a unlimbered mangonel, it stays unlimbered after you recruit it. That's super interesting. So we can actually turn this immediately around on them. I like that a lot. Not that it's likely that this mangonel survives. My guess is they come in and they try to kill that immediately. But we're not out of the woods. We're not out of the woods. The situation in Cyramp is not dire, but it's certainly sketchy. Especially if these mangonels end up coming up and closer to the city. But I think we should be somewhat okay. Susa has some damage against it. I wonder if somebody committed some kind of agent work there. But we have agent networks ourselves in these spots. That's what these little pockets of vision are. Let's see if we have any agents available. No, I'm not going to spend any orders on it. We'll take a peek into all of that next year. In the meantime, let's go ahead and see what the Persians got in store for us. It's time to launch the ultimate Persian offensive and see if we can close out this military campaign to, I guess, close out this final ambition. It's a bizarre ambition to end this game, but it's certainly one that is well within our means to do. As soon as we're able to shake these guys off of Cyramp, we'll go ahead and probably get started in all three cities and try to gain peace, because I think these three cities are going to fall fairly quickly. But let's see. Yeah, jump into the city, that's fine. Adding additional attacks over to Cyramp. We have to officially come to that city's defense. We can't just sit by and let it get pummeled anymore. But it looks like that's all they got, which is fine by me. That's great. We've discovered Windlass. Great. Kothon has been constructed in Haiti. Weird, but okay. And the king has died in office. Oh, the old king. Oh, rest in peace, you absolute unit. You made it to 75. Oh, you were truly great. Truly great for us. You'll be missed. You'll be missed. Brought on the wind. Fires raging across Assyria can be felt even here. Smoke stings the eyes, chokes the lungs. Yeah, life must carry on. Or we can make Holy Horse a little bit happier and spend a whole bunch of our gold. No, definitely not that. I'll take the discontent. A fiery ride. You've been invited to Delverhaven to participate in the grand celebration honoring the goddess of the hunt. Riders will race along the treacherous pass in the dark of night, passing torches. This is the city's first such competition, and they would like you to attend as a guest of honor. Review the riders and their steeds and place your wager. Let's go with a good old frog face. What do you get? The prize horse. Your horse and rider have claimed victory in the grand celebration. It's time to claim your prize. I've always been lucky. Ooh, and 3,000 gold? Game, you spoil me. Early adopters, so the completion of the first win list has proven to be a boon to inventors, love that, who imagine a wide variety of uses for the apparatus. Many of these clever individuals have flocked to our court to convince us of their ideas, but we should consider each request carefully. Mines and quarries, or a free longbow. I mean, I would love a Polybolos, but we are not a tactician, so I will take the extra troop. Absolutely. Politics studies. This is the niece that we have abandoned. Ooh, a judge. Actually, yeah, we'll definitely take a spare judge. That'll be great for rushing out additional specialists. Choose a new governor. Not this turn, but soon. Actually, maybe this turn. Maybe this turn. We'll take a peek. But again, guys, first things first. When starting a war, always shoot from your back line first. We can crash a whole bunch of attacks here. The mangonels enough are going to probably be enough to take down this city. Yeah, it looks like in 2 turns we'd break through the defenses. We can add additional pressure here, but I don't think that's really necessary. Although I don't see why not. Yeah, we need to break the will of Persia as quickly as possible, so we might as well go in with full pressure. Taking a look at the city, looks like it has completely wide open borders, with the exception of this one tile being over a river into it. So we will go ahead and bring a bowman here to attack over the river, and melee for the rest. Bring these guys in the back that aren't composing the front lines to go ahead and get us started. And we'll go ahead and grab a free maceman, because why not? Not where I would typically put you, but it's okay. Grab another attack. And kill with the leader. We're not going to convert on this turn, because I want to save my civics and my gold for rushing out our specialists. Frontlines gain case harding, mines plus 10% output. Units start with herbalists. That's pretty good. Or we get just straight resources. Not as good. I will take herbalist on all new units. That's very tasty. Tech-wise, we could go for cohorts here. Looks like we can get that in 6 turns. That's not bad. We can go for elites. That's additional orders. Not the worst, but not the best. Or minus rebel chance. No, the law of jurisprudence isn't particularly interesting to me. Cohorts wouldn't be bad, but I feel like this war is just about at its end. Instead, I'm going to grab coinage and hope for getting the money boost, so we can use that money boost to, again, rush out specialists. We cracked this city. Now it's time to move on. Let's go ahead and disarm this cataphract up in Cyramp, reduce its attack, and bring in the cavalry that we've been working on to start a route here. We want to push them off of our units. Are we able to clinch a kill here? Not quite. Maybe if we bring a bow in. Do we have an extra bow available? We do. We'd have to rush it, but I think that's worth it. Force march in. Pinch. Push. We don't necessarily need this city to kill all these units. We just need them to pressure off of it so we can start rushing units out of here by getting the full repairs off in Cyramp. Meanwhile, we're going to be greedy. We're trying to bring this game to an end. You know, I've held out, guys, as long as I could to grab, you know, a war ambition here at the end. But we've been passing over these peaceful ambitions as much as we can. I can get these final specialists. It seems fine enough. I don't think I'm going to finish this conscript, so I'm just going to go ahead and abandon it right from the get-go. And we are going to start working on all of the poets and everything else that we need. We are a zealot, so we can use training to go ahead and rush them out. I want to make sure that new stuff is coming out every single turn. So every turn, these guys should be churning out something new. And this game should be closed out in hopefully less than 16 turns. We got a couple of choke points here, so let's go ahead and seal them off with our fresh units. Grab one here. Another here. And use a Shotelai, I think, to force march and to hold this position. They can get brutalized. We probably will lose them, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. The next stage is to move up our back line and try to pummel them from afar. Right here is where our mangonels need to be next turn to unlimber and take out Tus. So we can only really get 3 here. So we can swing the other 2 up over the north and approach down from the north, going south to Articrona. I think seems to be the best way. Get them in overlapping fields of fire, hold down the front lines where we can, and again obliterate them beyond these choke points. Grab a heal on our best units, and make sure that we're ready for the next year. End the turn there. We are going to be using our training, our gold, and our civics to be rushing out units every single turn. So making sure that we're getting the maximum amount of that, those yields out of all of our cities, seems like the best use of our time. And you're there. Yep, gonna lose that Shotelai, but good. We're getting the idea of where the next units are. Far from abandoning the fight here in the north ramp. Looks like they're doubling down. More mangonels are coming out. We have coinage. Some people are ill. I am ill myself. That's too bad. So let's make sure that we're using our training first and foremost to rush units just in case I die. Monastic living. No need for culture here. Just extra gold is fine. Tech-wise, I'm going to go ahead and grab Lantine's Sail. As far as getting this final ambition out, this is probably going to be the best for us. Getting access to either Autarky or Trade League, both would be fine because it lets us sell our resources the same as buying, and we can use those sold resources and gold to rush out units utilizing Judge Governors. So as long as we're able to rush out units every single turn, that is the dream. Starting in Cyramp, we're going to go ahead and disarm and then rely on our cavalry to poke on these. Finish with the bow from the back line. I'm going to grab a heal here and allow this to just move slowly. There's no reason we need to rush it. I'm going to take some of these mangonels, as we previously stated, bring them back and around. It's going to take a couple of turns for them to get all the way around. But once they get there, I think they'll be okay. We'll bring these 3 down. And we're going to force march them in. I can't hit from here. I can only hit from these 2 spots. So let's go ahead and grab this spot. Unlimber. Let's keep on pushing in. We're the lion. Yes, we are. Bring in our range to help fight the choke point. 4 damage here. 5 damage here. And can our king do 10? He can. Run him all the way forward. Enlist this unit to help grab this choke point even stronger. Wrap this Shotelai up and around to push out this choke point. Move this mangonel in here to unlimber. And force march this mangonel in to unlimber. A little greedy, certainly, but I think it's worth it at this point. We are just trying to close out this war. If we can get Persia to ask for truce, that can let us focus on our final ambition and bring this game to a close. We're going to spend our resources, specifically our training, to make sure that we're staying focused on rushing these elder acolytes out. We almost have the city fully repaired. And let's keep on the reckless pressure. Keep on attacking where we can, even if it might make us lose units. Again, we are going for bringing this game to a close. So any units that we lose, if it helps bring that about, the war to an end, is fine. We want to make Persia bleed. We want them to ask for truce. And I think after we take Tus and Articona, that'll be enough. So the more reckless we can be, the faster we can make that process, the better off we are going to be towards pumping out this ambition. In front lines, we're going to pivot over to council missions as well. And keep on going from there. End the year. Alright, let's see what you got, Persia. Trying to break through. Distracted over up in Cyramp. That's fine. Preferred, actually. The Duke is no longer ill, but I am doomed. That's really too bad. So, because we are doomed, we're going to keep spending our training, the last of the reserves, towards rushing out units, because once we are dead, we will not be able to utilize that training anymore. Or at least not for rushing units. Now let's go ahead and pummel Tus from the back line. Easy enough to break. Bring in the units to cause some damage. Now let's grab one final enlistment. Anything we can get to bolster our units and to make this move faster. Even once our king is dead, we will still have a massive production in civics that I don't think we're going to have to worry about too much as far as having options to rush things out. Plus our economy is solid. That is also not reliant on our king. So him going down is totally fine. I'm fine with wasting these weakened units if it means we can bring the city down this turn. Perfect. Oh, I'll definitely take all the extra gold. That is wonderful. Want to make sure that we're taking some time to bring our mangonels to the front line. That typically scares off the AI more than most things. Going to force march them in a little bit more. Grab an unlimber. 2 should be more than enough to chase them away. Kill with our Shoteli. Force and push here. And grab the killing blow with our longbow. Grab a heal here in the front line. Grab a heal here in the city. We're trying to keep them off Cyramp so we can start rushing units out. We'll use this crappy maceman to finish the capture of this city. Ooh, and we can just straight up take out this unit. Looks good. We're going to rush in with our general. Go ahead and kill that mangonel. And can we drop this mangonel as well if we do a little bit of force marching? We definitely can. So we're going to rush in, force march over, attack, rush in, force march over, attack. Make sure that this city can't take any additional damage, that we're able to hold off all the units here. Persia is now much weaker than we are. We've managed to brutalize all their forces. Take out another 5 kills. Looks promising. 7 left on the board. Can we bring down this last unit? We can disarm them. And frankly, they're not able to go anywhere, so I'm not even going to worry about killing them. In North Fort, we're going to go ahead and grab council missions, just like we are in all of our cities that are not our main 3. Nothing else matters outside of maximizing our returns on gold, civics, and training. Even if we lose these cities, even if Egypt kicks off a war and takes them back, I frankly do not care. Let them waste their time there, because the only thing we even need to win this game is our 3 cities here. This was all just for fun. I wish it was the end game ambition, but at this point, I'm just kind of finishing it off for my own personal satisfaction. End the year there. Looks like the best they can do at this point is merely hold on. That's not going to be enough. All right. The rising star has given birth to the sun. Sounds good. Duke fourth in line. Severely ill. Okay. We must wage war on Greece? No. Screw the screw the Hattie. The Hittites can go can go kick rocks. They're on the other side of Assyria. I don't care if they're pissed off. Gain a free conscript. Fine. I think I'd rather just take the XP and let Manny be mad at me. Rites of passage. The Queen Consort has never been one for shows of Jewish faith, but recently she became publicly involved with a sect of Aksumite paganism devoted to the fertility goddess, known for their high, intimate, sacred rites. Okay. Despite being the gossip at court, the Aksumite royal family conducting such brazen pagan rituals has earned new favor from from the soldier. Okay, I mean, you're getting pretty old. You're severely ill and you retire in 3 years. So, not particularly worried about you. And the Jewish establishment. State religion. Okay. Piss off Judaism. And she might become pregnant. Okay. Becomes estranged. Well, I'm dead. So let's not piss off the Jews for no reason. We can be estranged in our final moments if that's what you choose. All right, onwards with our reckless abandon. Let's go ahead and pinch a kill right here. Let's make sure we are moving our front line forward. All right, looks like if we plant ourselves anywhere, they'll still be able to return fire, but that's fine by me. Let's plant one mangonel there. Force march another in. Unlimber. Force march another in. Unlimber. If this is our back line, now we have to set up a front line to be able to defend. I'm looking at a horse. Not an easy way to attack over this river. It's a pretty solid defensive position out of Persia. Might as well bring in all of our mangonels. A nice little spread. Who do we have for available melee? No one that's not heavily damaged. So unfortunately, it looks like it's up to the horsemen to hold down the front. Not what we typically like to do, but again, I'm okay with reckless abandon here. Whatever slows them down and whatever lets our offensive continue on at breakneck pace. We want to make sure that these guys stay in their zone, so I'm going to go ahead and force march here to get a poke there. Force march here to get a poke here. Double pikes. We need to make sure we're blocking off this additional square. So let's go ahead and drop our longbow here. Force march in. That should reduce their movement. Looks like they can still come up this way. Up and around and through. So we need to stop them on these two squares as well. So we'll bring the horses in to do that. And the general in to do that. Wow, how are they still able to get here? That is wild. I don't think they will, but they got too much to contend with. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm surprised they're still able to get to us. Back in our cities, we're going to keep out rushing units, rushing out our endgame ambition. Spending all of our resources to get that out as fast as possible. And now that Cyramp is completely healed, we can start getting turning out all of these apprentice acolytes. As long as we're getting one thing off per turn, that is working in our favor to the best of our ability. End the year there. Alright, Persian. Let's see what you can do in your death throws. Some decent damage. Losing a couple of horses is exactly what we had in mind. That's all they're able to do. Alright, the soldier is dead. Rest in peace. You were an amazing zealot. Okay. Honored by the faith. With our general dead, the court fills with people for her funeral rites. The matriarch oversees the proceedings, a high honor, as Nebunet was renowned as an especially devout Jewish follower. After the rites, the matriarch approaches you without the usual entourage of Kohanim. Will you use this chance to get close to the matriarch? No. Not spending 3,000 gold on you. You can be upset with me. I am doomed. They left our backline intact. I'm going to poke here on this one cataphract and then start attacking the back line. So the splash kills the cataphract. We could keep poking directly at the city. Ooh, besieger. That looks good. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and crack it where we can. Beautiful. Move our longbow a little bit closer to go ahead and finish the final of the city's defenses. And bring our units in to make sure that we're finishing off the city. Bring this attack in here, come here, finish the swordsman, crack the city, and we have taken everything from Persia on this side of our mountain range. I don't care about anything else that Persia has to offer. There's nothing else that we really need. I will take as many units off the board as I can. So to go ahead and protect our holdings, we are trying to push them back off of this back line. Make sure we have a way to hold our choke point. Oh, good. Get some nice damage off with this longbow. Come in, finish off with the cataphract. I'm going to go ahead and force march in the Shotelai and disarm this additional pikeman. And now can we finish off this guy on our back? Probably. We do have all of these units that we've left behind in this mad dash out to the mountain range. In fact, we can even bring in the king for one final kill, it looks like. Let's see. He does 10 damage. We need 8 damage more. We don't have access to any more range. Or do we? We could force march you in. But I don't think that's necessary. How much is it going to take to rush out these units? 500? Yeah, okay. That leaves enough to still do the force march. Grab 3 damage here. We got to sneak somebody in here. Force march you in here. And then finish with the king. Very nice. We are out of range of their mangonel line. Looks like they have given up on this mountain pass. Finish the capture of Tus. 3 turns on both. Looking good. Keep on rushing out Elder Acolytes where we can. And while we are saving up additional civics, we'll go ahead and grab whatever we can get in Cyramp because it has an amazing production in 1 turn. That should buy us at least 2 more turns after this. Just building out the apprentice acolytes. And we'll keep trying to get them all up to elder level. And you're there. Ooh, big kills right there. But now that we have this choke point, it's hard for them to push on in and make further defense. It's the only way they can go in for us. And it looks like they're fully retreating, which is fine. We don't need to push any further. King Saizana is dead. The matriarch is severely ill. Okay. End of an era. Rest in peace, my king. Oh, really? The Barya? I was so expecting that the princess, the rising star, the schemer rising star would take over. But really? Interesting, interesting. With the king dead, the young Adamas is to be queen. The news brings political chaos, and rumors of the wildest kind swirl through a duelist. Only one voice manages to unite the court. Endubis, House of the Patrons. Proclaims a regency until Adamas comes of age. All right. Who are you? An orator? That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I would have preferred the princess because you guys have the same amount of charisma, yet she is much more disciplined. But it is what it is. Please be cautious. Okay. Might as well grab the Grand Steel and Holy Horse. Doesn't hurt. Alright, and who is this? It's just the king again. Oh, but he's a judge. Lovely, lovely. Nice to have an extra judge in the back pocket. We're going to need you. Let's just bring you in as a court scholar. The 3,000 events. A number of court scholars have taken the composing the history of the glorious city of Digenet. Compiling their writings together after years of research, they are shocked to find that there are over 3,000 entries have been made, a staggering number by any reckoning. How shall we celebrate this feat? We will definitely take the extra civics to help us rush out these specialists. Apprentice specialist, rush it out. Keep them coming. Rush it out here as well. Keep it coming. And Cyramp, if we can keep getting these guys for one in each turn, that lets us go ahead and stockpile additional civics to use in these other cities that are unable to one-turn apprentice level acolytes. I don't know if we need either of these laws. I think the 400 civics is actually just better used to rush units as opposed to helping us buy additional resources. Our economy is solid. It's strong and getting stronger as we're going to be capturing all of these cities. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and clean up the riffraff out here. Route through all these workers. A little bit of a war crime to get our day started. Self-reflection. I will get additional, yeah, this looks good. Additional civics and additional civics per turn. Perfect. We don't need an ambassador. Everyone is going to hate us no matter what. Tech-wise, there's not really anything that we want. I mean, I guess I'll take cohorts because it gets us up to military prestige, not that we need it. What we need to do is we need to clog up this gap. Let's go ahead and retreat with our pikemen. That's really who we want to be in the breach. We got some nice hills here for our mangonels to sit on, so we'll set them back here and unlimber. In case anything wants to shoot up over the fence, we'll be able to handle it. In fact, we'll probably drop one as well here inside of the city itself. Oh, do I have to force march you in? That's a little annoying, but whatever. Grab a besieger, unlimber. Looks like we can hit Susa from from here. Hit Susa from the backyard. That's pretty funny. We need to bring healthy units to the front lines, or at least heal the units that we have here to better hold the line. Because it's a little shaky as it stands. Fall back, heal. Bring in the spear that we have. Do we have a hero that we can strap onto? We have been woefully without heroes this entire game. That's really unfortunate. Come back, heal. Rotate forward, make an additional line. Come back, heal. Rotate forward, make an additional line. We want it to be melee, then bows, then mangonels. So anything that comes over this way just gets absolutely obliterated. Grab heals with our other units. Move up with additional mangonels. These units can stay here because we need them to be able to loop back on Egypt in case we need to have an offensive there. I guess we can deal with this little bit of an invasion. Just seems responsible. And might as well bring some forces up here to the north in case we need to fight off any people up here as well. So now just about holding our holding what we got and taking it from there. End the year. Ooh, brutal. Lost that amazing unit. That's too bad. was hoping they'd stand up a little bit more, but yeah, I guess swordsmen just do that much damage to melee. Alright, Kato is severely ill. That's really too bad. Good thing we just got another spare judge. Okay. Nope, we're holding on to our... Ooh, gross. At all cities minus 10% civics? That's the opposite of what we want. Is that worth spending 2,000 gold? Oh, both of these suck. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and hold on to the production, I guess? No, we're rushing. So we don't need the production. How much does that hurt us? It only shaves off 20? Yeah, that's fine. It's our global production here that's going to be able to rush units, not the production in each individual city. We have the new queen that is to come of age. Let's go ahead and make you a politics student. We can spend some time tutoring you. Let's use Zoskalis because you have good charisma and you're not a judge. Back to the cities. We are now grabbing yet another round of things to rush. And we're going to keep on rushing them for as long as we can. In here, let's go ahead and grab a young judge. Who's our options? You're not bad. And we want to choose from the family first. We don't want to choose these ones in case we don't have access to judges in the other families. So grab you in here. And keep one turning out apprentice acolytes. Sounds good. Alright, shoot from the back line. Make sure that we're obliterating as much as we can. Direct hit here. We'll take him down to 1 HP, and we can finish with the bows. Alright. We're going to move this fresh troop up into the front lines. Fortify with the units that we can fortify with. Heal up the replacements that need to come in, if need be. Move additional backline in. Force march them to get closer. Unlimber. No Persians beyond this point. Clean up the rebellion over in Holy Horse the best that we can. Because we can bring this final archer in to finish the job. Heal this bowman. We're going to upgrade that into a crossbow. And take up defensive positions where we can. This here, over by the Indian Ocean, should be more than enough to hold the Persians off. So every other unit that we have available, we're going to rotate them out towards Egypt in case that war pops off. And grab heals where we can. Alright, next thing I want to do up is get my money up. So Cyramp, a Duelist, and Holy Horse, no duh, have the most access to the most cash. So I want to come in and with additional builders, see if there's any good places to construct a market. Yep, looks good. 86 additional gold per turn. I'll buy an extra order here to do the same thing in this spot. 36 gold per turn. Looks good. Alright. End the year there. Keep losing troops over on that front line, but it's okay. As long as we're killing more than we're losing. At this point, we are very happy just to maintain our advantage. And wow, why does Susa keep losing so much health? Turn over turn. What's happening there? Alright, Egypt has begun the Pantheon. Cato the Judge is dead. Alright. Severely ill. The Matriarch has been contemplating her place in the afterlife. That's fine. Ooh, great. Truce with Persia. Wonderful. Okay. Very good. Alright, guys. Well, we conquered our wartime ambitions. We pushed out, grabbed 3 cities off of Egypt, grabbed 3 cities off of Persia. Finally have our mountain range as it was always meant to be. And just nestled in this nice little valley in between these mountains. Gotta love it. Next, just about defending what we have until it's time to end this game. So we need to continue utilizing what we can. Gold is becoming very powerful for us. So we need to make sure that we are getting our proper people in place. Let's assign Gadarat here as a judge in the city so that way we can utilize the gold that we have stockpiled to continue to rush units out. In a duelist, we have plenty of judges to choose from. Let's grab the ones going to get us the most cash. Lock them in and keep using our cash to pump those out. Very good. And keep using the cash all over. Again, every single one turn, we want to make sure that more of these acolytes are coming out. And we get elders in all of the seats. 4 elders in all the seats. Alright, let's keep on working on making sure that that cash income keeps coming out. Another 59 gold out of Holy Horse. Looks good. And let's swing another worker up this way. We'll even force march them into position to grab another market here. Any additional gold we can get anywhere is going to be useful to us for events far from home. Happy to spend the orders for a favor as opposed to pissing off our families. We're going to keep pissing them off by rushing out all these units, so let's go ahead and maintain as much happiness as we can, and we don't need the orders because all the wars are done. Messages from your heir. The queen has taken a turn, often discussing Jewish theological disciplines. We don't spend any of our civics. We hold on to those, and instead we're going to go ahead and get extra XP. Giving this to one of the new families. What does this site do? It's got a lot of war. It's got a good amount of culture. Let's go ahead and give it to who's the most pissed? The patrons. The patrons can have it. That will make them friendly as well. Repairs over here. And this city. This city has the double iron. Only single iron. I'm okay with this city belonging to the champions. So that looks good. Repair projects all around. Everywhere we can grab them. And again, we're going to keep rotating our units out towards Egypt in case war breaks out there. Just to make sure we're defended. Or at least slightly defended. We don't want them completely on the front lines. We want the cities taking the initial backlash if it does come. Grab heals from all these units just in case. We don't suspect any trouble, but we always should be prepared for it. Looks like we can get extra cash from grabbing another hamlet, so we will. Move this bow up north, grab an upgrade into a crossbow, grab an upgrade on a crossbow up here, double crossbows in this north fort seems fine. Looks like we can grab another hamlet, so we will here. And I'm going to force march this unit here to buy an order to repair the university, because it seems a shame just to let that die for no reason. And end the year there. Matriarch is dead. The governor has died. Oh, that's not great. Alright, we'll have to assign a new one. Holy Horses converted Judaism. Good. Alright, extra cash, an influence, or endeared. Let's take the cash. Choose a new governor. Don't mind if I do. Let's go ahead and grab the additional judge. This one produces more gold per turn, so that's what we like to see. Continue to rush out acolytes everywhere we can. Looks good. Looks good. Income's running a little bit low, but that's okay. We got plenty of additional stuff to sell. And if it truly becomes an issue, we can always switch over to Orthodoxy to utilize our orders per turn. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and lock that in now, because that is certainly something that we can do. Because right now, we're just kind of waiting on somebody else to pop off as far as threats are concerned. because we really aren't. This is locked down if they decide to actually push forward on a military, which they can't for another 4 turns. We can keep routing troops out this way to make sure Egypt stays in order. Wouldn't hurt to do that turn over turn. Make sure these guys are in. We'll take guard. We really just want to be able to survive until the end game. Nothing matters outside of that. Gonna grab some additional hamlets for additional gold where we can. Stone is selling for the most, so that's worth the most gold. And if we see a pocket that we can grab additional stone, we will. Swing over whatever units we can. End the turn there. We're going to hold on to our extra orders turn over turn because that's going to turn over into training. Training can then be turned back into orders. So that works out in our favor to later utilize our orders by using them to rush, utilizing the orthodoxy law. Discovered cohorts. The queen is furious, but else is new. Extra courage. New son. And she's frugal. Great. Known as the Conqueror. Excellent. Reveal the territory of Haiti. I don't care. Or I become righteous. Yeah, sure. Let's become righteous. Oh, Zoro finally spreads to my borders now in the end game. Whatever, I'll take it. I will give this final city over to the clerics. Keep them happy. Grab heals everywhere here. But yeah, here when we enter the endgame, guys, I mean, this is kind of all that there is. It's just holding on to what we already have. Get repair projects on. And just kind of like, you know, caretaking to whatever potential disaster might befall us. Like, this game isn't necessarily over. Egypt could come through, Assyria could come through and cause enough of a panic where, you know, maybe I have something to worry about, but I don't foresee that being like a true issue. Really, the only thing I'm most concerned about is running out of resources and having to waste more turns than I need to playing this game out. It's been a fun one, but you know, we're almost here at the end. And I don't see a reason to stretch it out any longer than it is. I won my challenge, in my eyes. I crushed the 2 armies I said I was going to crush. I managed all the offenses that I did, and I didn't need to take on any of them. We could drag this game out, try to win on points specifically, but I'm ready to move on to the next challenge. I'm ready to move on to my next video series. So, as exciting as all of this has been, I do believe that my time in this game has at least come to an end. So I'll keep rotating the troops over turn after turn, but that's it. That's all she wrote. Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab porcelain because it sounds fun, and end the year there. Free porcelain. She can become humble. Looks good. Let's go ahead and make sure that we continue to tutor her. Grab military prestige just for the hell of it. Keep on using our excess orders to rush everything out. Is a plentiful resource for us. Set everything to council missions, and the only 3 cities that should be producing anything is our 3 main cities. And the year there. Some movement on the Assyrian border. Interesting. Oh, we got 1 rebel. Where the hell did they come from? Someone recruiting partisans? Okay, sure, why not? For an agent, yep. Discontent, so we are being spied on. Nice to see that the AI is using the spy missions. Nothing matters, wrestling is fine. Extra family opinion sounds good. Kill the traitor. Looks like all the acolytes are done in a duelist. That was faster than expected. Close that out. All their acolytes here. Rush them out. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we wrap it up in 4 turns. Let's go ahead and grab the polytheism law right now. Have that in the back pocket, and in 4 turns, looks like this game's finally closed out. Whoa, that's a lot of elephants, Assyria. What are you doing? What you doing there, buddy? That's a little concerning. All right, sandstorm. Okay. Improving relations. Sure, let's improve them with Greece. We'll grab a free judge, doesn't hurt. King becomes romantic. Or blessed. Blessed sounds fun. But oh my god, we got so many luxuries from just these 2 places. Holy crap. We got all of the acolytes over in a duelist, or holy horse. Let's go ahead and close down these ways, just in case Assyria does decide to kick off. I don't necessarily want to have to deal with that, so I'll bring additional forces out to bear. Don't want to be caught with our pants down. Not when we're this close to the end. Go ahead and force march here. This looks like a decent enough hill. I'm limbered to have this massive cover. Make sure that we have units surrounding this unit so that way it can't get flanked. Looks good. Go ahead and upgrade this to a swordsman just to have slightly stronger units for whatever reason that might be necessary. Bring additional range up to help coverage. Looks good to me. Only 1 final city to rush things out of. So let's finish this game off. Nice. Military prestige. Extra points to put on top. Welcome a new courtier. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't really matter what we're researching now at this point, but holy science. Where's all this coming from? I feel like we just picked up an extra 200 science a turn. That's wild. Is it really just from the acolytes? I mean, I guess. All that gets further boosted by the academies and whatnot, but that is insane. 2 more turns. No reason for preamble. And wow, Frontline's even made it to Legendary Culture. Gotta love that. Doesn't matter what we select. Nothing matters. Cycling through. Extra horde. Minus legitimacy. Tactics school. Nothing can stop us now at this point. Even if they launched a full attack from all angles, it's all kind of, you know, moot. And that's one thing that I do wish this game kind of kicked off more. If there was like a step deeper. I've seen it shouted out in the subreddit before a few times, and the Discord as well. Increasing ruthless AI. I kind of wish that like all the AI became a hive mind and tried to invade you there at the very end. Like there was like ludicrous mode or something, an additional toggle on upon the already existing toggle on. But you know, we certainly could have finished this game out a lot sooner. We didn't have to go through this exercise, although I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got to showcase the endgame wars where we did peace with Egypt. Sure. Let us have peace. I'll take extra training. Sounds fun. And become vigilant next year. Okay. No one cares about you. End the year. Doesn't matter what anybody's building. End the year. Win the game. Call it a day. That was a fun one. I enjoyed that one a lot. Gonna be very interested to go over the endgame stats there. Could have obviously finished this game out, like, 30 turns earlier, so I just apologize if the last few episodes were a bit of a drag, but for those who are curious about how Endgame War works, I hope it was enough of a showcase. I hope you're enjoying it. Obviously, post any questions that you have. By the time this is coming out, your time, it'll be about a week my time, so hopefully more questions come along, and we'll do a Q&A as we always do. This is going to be my last playthrough for a while, guys. I am switching over to educational videos moving forward, till at least to the point where I get a whole bunch caught up. I want to make sure those at least get out there, because just in case I lose steam or other things come up, I mean, the spring is around the corner and I'm a big gardener, so there's other hobbies to look into. But I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys, as promised in the intro, all the tools necessary to enjoy this game to its fullest extent, as I clearly do. I am doomed. Someone's insane. Nothing matters. We won the game. Ambition victory. Okay. So, that's the end of the episode, guys. That's the end of this Aksum playthrough. Aksum is so fun. Everything is very good. Excited to play this. Excited to share it with you. And we'll go over all the stats and the questions in the next episode. In the meantime, guys, happy conquering. Talk to you soon.